I'm Richard Randall, and welcome back to the Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker, the weekly radio show that informs and educates you on how to buy, or especially right now, it's a hot market, how to sell real estate with Barb Schlinker, the owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. And Barb tells it like it is. Barb, a lot of people believe this market is so hot that there is no issue with selling a home. Many home sellers say they're getting unsolicited offers from agents. In fact, Barb, I've had that. What are some of the tactics that real estate agents use to get people to sign an agreement to sell with them, and that people ought to know about, because that's pretty tricky business?
Well, Richard, I think there's a belief out there that real estate services are a generic commodity. You hire some agent that connects to the MLS, put your house on the market, it's all good, it's going to sell. And of course, everybody wants their real estate transaction to go as smoothly as possible. I get to hear all the horror stories. In fact, just a few days ago, I was talking with a home seller that I heard that when they bought their home, the agent somehow convinced them to give up an earnest money deposit. And I was shocked to hear that. I'm like, you have to work at that. I mean, if you really read what's in the contract, earnest money is fully refundable unless you're depositing with a new construction type deal, and then it's not. But when you're dealing with resale, if you look at what's in the contract, it's fully refundable unless the buyer agrees to give it up. So that obviously that agent was not working in that buyer's best interest, and that's why they didn't get invited back when it was time to sell. And the question, of course, is, well, if they think that every agent is a generic commodity, then why not just hire somebody that discounts their fee at the lowest rate? And that way they'll put more money in their pocket. The question is, are they really saving money when they hire a discount agent? And that's not always the case. I'm sure, Richard, you've seen those really bad pictures of homes online.
I have indeed, and many times on your show.
Yeah, I mean, there are agents that even in the $1 million category, they don't want to spend the money to bring in a professional photographer to take wow pictures. And those are the agents that obviously don't know that buyers will eliminate homes based on the online pictures, not just how good of a quality they are, what they show, what they don't show, but if they're missing major pictures, like if you just put a house on the market just with the outside and not the inside, there's a huge majority of buyers that will go, I don't trust it. I'm not looking at it. There's probably something wrong. There's a lot of skepticism and a lot of doubt in the real estate industry. So this is one of those things that you want to be fully confident going in that you pick the right person on your team to help you buy or sell. I had one recently that I took over from another agent where that agent didn't want to spend the money on professional photos. So they made the seller pay for it, which I thought that was really interesting.
Unbelievable. I mean, you would never do that. You would never do that.
No, I wouldn't. But it actually says in the state contracts that the agent pays for marketing, and that's a part of marketing. But for some reason, they were a discount. Nope, you got to pay for everything. And I said, well, when it didn't sell after they took these professional photos of it vacant, so homes don't look as good vacant, it worked out great for me because when they turned around and hired me, I was able to leverage those images that now belong to the seller. I said, hey, send them to me. I'm going to use them. I'm going to virtually stage them and make the house look a wow. And we put that house back on the market just a few months later at the same price. And I sold it for $57,000 over asking price. So they were pretty happy.
Yeah, the seller in that case recoups their money for having to pay for the photographs, plus a whole heck of a lot more. And thanks to Barb Schlinker.
Yeah, and that's my name. Barb Schlinker. It's spelled SCHLINKER. I've been here in the business since the mid-90s. I'm with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. I've helped hundreds of home sellers who tried working with a discount agent and did not get very good results and ended up working with us. And we ended up getting their home sold. So let's talk about the topic of this segment, which is the real estate agent's tactics to get you to sign on the dotted line. One of them is they come in and promise an unrealistically high asking price, saying, oh, I can get you all this money. I know it, I know it, I know it, right? And then they've got you under contract. And then when there's no showings or there's a few showings and people's feedback are that it's not, it's not the house that they wanted, then they beat you up on price and slowly walk the price down. And actually, according to national statistics, a home seller will net less money if they price too high and then slowly walk the price down. And it's actually one of the most common seller traps, that these agents come in and promise you the moon, and then it's the worst thing that you can actually do to get you the most amount of money. The National Association of Realtors did a survey, and they said if your home is not priced right in the first 10 days on the market, and then you slow walk that price down till you finally get a buyer, you'll get back up just a little bit, you will net less money in your pocket. So right now, what's going on in this market is that if your home is priced right, the buyers are very accustomed to coming in strong with their offer. But if you're priced too high, the assumption is, since they're having to compete for other homes, that they have to offer even higher than your high asking price. And the result will be they won't offer at all. So pricing is an art. It's definitely something that you want to hire somebody that really has great expertise at it, so that you get the most amount of money when you sell. And then the other thing that they do is they suggest that you'll actually net more money if they discount their commission. I understand the theory. And in fact, it gets presented to me all the time. But at the end of the day, you need to ask the agents, how much money on average are you netting your sellers when they sell their home? For us, Richard, year to date, that's from January to April, right now, our average that we are netting our sellers over asking price is over $39,000. And in most cases right now, guess what? That's way more than the commission. So does a discount agent really net the seller the most amount of money? Occasionally it might work. But there are a lot of agents that will promise, hey, I'll do it for 4%. I'll do it for 1%. I'll do it for a flat fee, just to get their name on a sign in the yard and get some business. Because the reality is right now, there's only 677 total listings on the market. There are 5,000 agents. Do the math. That means 87% of these agents are not going to have a sale every single month, right? And if that's their primary source of income, it's a problem. Now, not everybody it is their primary source of income, but it's one of the issues that happens a lot, is people come and say, I'll do it for anything, just to get their sign in the yard and get a fee. The ones that deeply discount their fee, many times will not really perform very well as far as presenting your home to the market. And just so you know, when you put your house on the market, that data stays there unless you tell them to take it down. So like if there's an old bad picture on there, it's going to stay on there unless it gets overtaken by another listing. And nobody knows how many people eliminate homes based on bad pictures online. You can kind of guess by looking at the pictures that it's happening, but we don't know what that data is. We would like to know. And then my favorite are the agents that I call them Pop-Tart agents.
Yes.
Pop out of the toaster and go. We know this happens because on our listings, when we market and we have open houses, we will see agents meeting buyers for the very first time in front of the house. They've never met them before. They don't know if they can buy a couch on Craigslist, let alone your home, right? But they're using the opportunity to show a home as a way to meet a buyer and just hope it works out. It's the hope Pop-Tart strategy. And we actually tracked it. We tried it. We tracked it. It didn't work for us. We didn't close any of those buyers. They didn't make it to the finish line. So that's not the way we handle buyers. We meet with them, get them qualified, educate them about the market, sell them when we make offers so that we're successful and we get them to the finish line. Well, there's also what we call a Pop-Tart listing agent. What do? They take some happy snaps with their cell phone. They stick it in the MLS and hope and pray somebody else has a buyer for them. And then they make a little bit of money. So if you look at what's going on, and this is historical basically in any real estate market, in our market, there's 5,000 agents. 74% of them sell 3 or less homes a year. We're selling 2 to 4 a week. So who do you want to talk to if you're thinking of making a move? Right now, with the market being pretty strong, the average agent is getting a little over asking price, but our average is more like 7% over asking price. If it's priced right, we're going to present it to market in the best possible way. So really the only wild card is whether or not we're going to price it right. And if you want to find that out, we do a free in-home consultation on what to do, what not to do to get your house ready for sale, show you what we think your home will sell for and how much you'll put in your pocket. Just give us a call at 719-301-3900. Richard?
Barb, you are so helpful because, it goes against what you would intuitively think. Price it real high. If they don't buy it, lower it a little bit at a time. You get the most money that way. It's simply not true. But I wouldn't know that if I didn't know you and listen to you. I wouldn't know that you and your staff sell a home almost every 3 or 4 days as well. You're listening to The Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker, your home sold guaranteed realty. You can reach her at 719-301-3900. And we're talking about agent tactics to get a home seller to list their home with them. Barb, what are some of the other things a home seller should be concerned about when they're choosing an agent to represent them on their largest asset?
Well, coming in too low on the price. If you're priced too low or you're priced under the similar market sales, there's got to be a reason for it. Like we just sold a house that it was an 80s time warp. It wasn't updated. Great lot. We priced it realistically, but guess what? The buyers saw the vision and we ended up getting 75,000 over asking price. But everybody that saw it understood what the deal was. It wasn't an updated home. It wasn't a pretty home. And then we also see some other issues with those discount agents really messing up really important attention to detail. Things like square footage. Just so you know, the square footage of a home is the gold standard for its value. I recently had one agent that left off almost 800 square feet of the house.
Whoa.
That's extraordinary. It makes a huge difference on its value. I had another agent that made a statement saying it backs to open space. Well, turns out, no, there was a house stuffed right behind it. So when the buyers got there, they were disappointed and it didn't sell. And so when they hired me and we put reality into the mix, it sold right away. Tactic number 4, agents coming in and saying, I have a buyer. Okay. Everybody has maybe a buyer, but do they really have a buyer? Or are they using that ploy to get you to sign the contract or not? We have over 25,000 people that have given us their contact information that are searching for homes on our websites. And we call those our buyers in waiting. So if you're thinking of making a move and you'd like us to match our buyers in waiting to your home, give us a call at 719-301-3900. Richard?
You're listening to The Real Estate Voice. That's Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. And if you are thinking of making a move, call Barb, 719-301-3900, or visit barbhasthebuyers.com. Make sure that you do that. And when we come back, we'll be discussing how to sell high, avoid these 3 mistakes when selling your Colorado Springs area home, plus Barb's hot new listings. You never want to miss that. Stay tuned.